so let's get into this. So tell me, what was your dog Lion like before you met me?
Very boisterous, very
Okay.
strong, and sometimes overwhelming, especially with visitors. Uh, Occasionally sat if I asked him to, or he waited until the command had registered for him to sit. So it was as if he was doing it in his own time.
Mm.
Um, yeah, he was still very loving. He was still by my side, but I knew he had issues and I knew I wanted to train him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I remember you telling me was the worst thing was that when you had a ball, he would jump up and launch himself off you.
I
So
couldn't,
jump
at the
up and
minute that
push
that
you.
ball, yeah,
Yes.
the minute that ball was in my hand, he was at me. And if I turned my back, he would jump into my back
Yeah.
to get at the ball. Yes, I remember it well.
Yeah. Did he ever knock you down doing that?
Um, no, but he did. I did stumble, but I didn't go down. No,
Okay.
the only time I went down with the dog was when he was on long lead training, and I tried to hold him because another dog was coming, and he sat for a little while, and then when the dog got closer, he just bolted for him, and then he pulled me down.
Pulled you down. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So we had I can't remember how many lessons we've had, about five or six, right?
I think it might have been about 8 or 9. You know.
Eight or nine lessons.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. I know you had the unlimited. You have
Mhm.
the unlimited access.
Yeah.
So now after the lessons, how is he now? Or maybe I should ask you, what did you think of the training process?
The training was not difficult if you put it into practice exactly as you suggested. We did go a little way where he was doing it for a while, and then both of us decided he was getting bored and he wanted more. So he wasn't then doing as the training was required of him. And then we went back to complete basics. Do you remember when I would hand feed him and let him
Yes.
know who
Hmm.
was in control then? And I think that broke the cycle,
Hmm.
that he realized then that the commands were something he needed to do to
Yes. To
get
get
him in
your
a,
approval. Yeah, to get your
yeah,
approval. Yeah.
yeah,
He needed to understand that your approval is what he wants
what he
because
should crave. Yeah,
what he would crave, and
yeah,
it was attention, and he wasn't understanding that doing things that you didn't like didn't give
that's it.
them the right attention. So we just had
That's
to
it.
get him into a different mindset, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and now tell me what he's like now. Tell me how your life is now.
He's a golden boy now. He's
Go.
absolutely golden. He sits, he stays. I still do the tricks with him because he wants that little bit of stimulus and something different.
Hmm.
He's off lead now. We did long lead training,
Hmm.
and for a couple of sessions, he broke through on those leads, didn't he? And then,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
after a while, he got what he was meant to do. So I got him an even longer line,
Okay.
whereby I could walk off, and then he'd follow me. But
Hmm.
then he couldn't come anymore. So then I'd walk round and he'd follow me. And it seemed to be a good pattern that I was walking off, but he was following me. If I had
Hmm.
the ball, he'd chase the ball, he'd come back. And then if I moved after throwing the ball and he realised I was gone, he'd come to where I was in case it was as if he was frightened I was going to walk off. But he
Hmm.
had the lead for me as reassurance that he wasn't just going to bolt. So it did work.
Hmm.
And one of the other things was, I think, teaching him quiet time about
Okay.
sitting on the benches.
Yeah.
So he loved sitting on the benches in the park. He had a far more higher visual of everything that was going on. And he
Hmm.
seemed to really enjoy that. And he would stay for a while. Sometimes he'd lie on the bench. And when I do something that he's really happy with, I get kisses and I don't have to ask. You can see that he's absolutely grateful for what we're doing, and he's all over me and he's really excited and he sits right next to me, next to me, couldn't get any closer.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got ill, I think he had to learn a lot about patience because there wasn't much I could do. It was only short baits and things that I could do. And during that is where he learnt, I think, more about, I think he understood that I wasn't well.
Oh, of
and
course.
that because he understood that, he kind of like calmed down a bit. And then he was grateful for whatever I gave him. So the only thing I did was just a little tennis ball, probably roll it in the house, kick it on the floor, and he'd just run for that, or outside bounce the ball, and because ball is his thing.
Yeah.
Then I would do some more of the new tricks where everything he'd roll over and he'd do it for his treats. And then I got to the point where I said to you, I can do it with him now without having a treat. So he was getting all of that, although I wasn't training him as such,
with just
on the long
approval.
lead and walking.
Yeah.
Because ideally that is what I wanted. I wanted my dog off lead by my side, coming when I called and enjoying himself, but coming back at the end of it.
And that's what's happened.
And that is exactly what we've got with him. He's just adorable, absolutely adorable. Even now, occasionally I let him get on the settee with me. And again, it's like I've given him something that is just absolutely wonderful. He's all kisses, and then he settles down. Oh, come on, say hi, Nancy.
Yeah, there you go.
You're a good boy. Yes, mommy's boy. Okay, get down. Okay, get down. Go sit. Go on, go sit. Good boy. And he's just the dog I always wanted.
Good.
But didn't know I could achieve.
Oh, and the other thing I wanted to ask you was, how did you get Lion? How did
Lion came from a dog's home. We don't know his history. Yeah, we don't know his history at all, other than he was found and brought into the dog's home. Yeah. So,
how old was he?
4.
He was 4 when you got him.
He was 4. Yeah. Although there is a little bit of a dispute between his age, and the vet thinks he's a lot younger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because of how playful he is still. It's like he's so excitable. He can calm down, but he's still excitable with people. So they think he's at least a year younger. Plus, by looking at his teeth, they think he's a year younger than he is. Yeah. So although the dog's home said he was 4, which would make him 5 this year, December, he probably is actually 4. So, but yeah, we got him from the dog's home, or the dog's pound, and he just stood out. He's a beautiful dog, and you've seen the pictures and things like that. And despite him being so big, he's very, very gentle.
Okay,
he's very gentle. Yeah.
Okay. And the other thing is, would you recommend me to other people? Of course.
And I have had comments about how his training is going. And I said to you that one day where we was in the basketball courts, and I was training him inside there because it was enclosed. And I'd got 2 ladies that come over to me thinking I was the trainer. And I says, no, I'm training him with you online. So I gave them your details. I don't know if anything's come of them.
No.
But people are surprised that you can actually do the training
online. Yes, Zoom. They're very surprised at how well it works.
Yeah.
Would you say it's like me having you at your shoulder?
That's exactly what I was about to say. It's more or less as if you come to visit and put the training in place anyway. The only difference is you're on a screen and that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
But it is like you're here with us. Yeah.
Okay. That's great, Tracy.